One comforting aspect for a lot of people with Windows 8 is when they get to the desktop and realize that not much has changed, and that's certainly true of our friend the Old Taskbar. And so when you pull your mouse down, the taskbar pops up just like it always did. We're missing the orb for the start menu, but notice if we just go to the left lower corner, there is the start menu, and it takes us basically to the start screen, right, which is the start menu. And then we make our choice, and it will drop us back to the desktop if we need to go there, or we'll open up a Windows 8 app if it needs to. So I'll go back to the desktop. Now notice, if I bring the taskbar up and right click it, it's going to be locked by default. And if I look at properties, it's going to be set to auto hide by default. Okay, so here's what I would do. I would go in and unlock the taskbar. Then you can go back in and look at properties and start to do all kinds of things. Number one, I can uncheck to auto hide, and now the taskbar will always be there. It'll stay on the bottom. Even if I open up, say, Firefox, you're going to notice the taskbar consumes some real estate on the screen. Some people love this, some hate it. It's your choice. I can go back in and go to properties and tell it to auto hide it. I can tell it to use small taskbar buttons. And so notice they've gotten a lot smaller. Those tend to create problems for certain ones of us who are over certain ages, and we won't go any farther with that. And then notice I can use a drop down here and change where the taskbar is, okay? And I can always determine how to deal with taskbar buttons and whether or not I hide labels or put labels or don't put labels and so forth. Now let me show you an easier way to do this, and that is I can left click on the taskbar and I can actually drag it. Notice when I approach the left side of the screen and then come away and click, the taskbar is no longer on the bottom, but it's on the left side of the screen. Okay, notice I can pull it to the top. Some people like that. I see that actually quite a bit out there. And notice it did not change how we access the Windows 8. Okay, all those stay in the same corners just like we saw before. Okay, but our taskbar is up here, and we can pull it to the right or we can pull it to the bottom just like it was. We can also grab it and resize it. Probably one of the strangest troubleshooting calls I ever got, or help desk support calls, is they say when I pull my mouse down, half the screen goes away. And now we can see why, right? Because they had resized this. So let me go grab this thing, pull it back down to the normal size. Now we also have our toolbars just like we had before, and so I can go out to the properties tab, and notice I can set my jump list. I can set toolbars here. For example, I can drop a desktop toolbar onto the taskbar, and I click OK, and you'll notice right here it is. I can pull it over to the left and see the individual items, or I can keep it compressed and hit the little two arrows and see all kinds of information that's on my desktop. And some people love this, some people hate it. It's totally up to you. Notice I can grab this and reorder them down here. I can pull it all the way to the left, and now I have taskbar on the left, and I have this other one, and I can pull it tight, and then I can add more menus right here. Notice if I go to toolbars, I can create my own toolbar, and I can just go grab something, and I will grab the Microsoft Firefox folder and put it here, right? And if I check here, notice I'm in that folder. Now if you're a developer or a programmer, or if you do anything where you have a lot of files in one particular folder and it's 3 or 4 levels deep, this is a great idea. Okay, when I'm tired of that, all I have to do is come out here, go to toolbars, and just simply uncheck that, and it goes away. Okay, we also still have the notification area over here just like we had before in prior versions, so you can go make changes on those. We can turn system icons on or off, like the clock, input indicator, all this sort of thing is still out there just like it was. So not a lot has changed, but I do want to show you one thing. There's a couple of ways to go with Windows 8, and that is all of my shortcuts that I want to see on the screen here. I can go just set shortcuts here by just browsing out. Notice if I go to C, Program Files, and then go to Microsoft Office, and then go to Office 12, I can come down and find Excel, right? And I can send to the desktop as a shortcut, right? And then I can drag that shortcut down here, put it on the taskbar, right? Then I can lose that one, and now I have Excel on the taskbar, and I can get to it really quickly. But let me show you something that's neat in Windows 8 that can save you that trouble. Now I'm going to unpin that from the taskbar, and let's go out to the Windows 8 start screen. And when I installed Office, the three pieces that I installed, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, were automatically placed on my start screen, and they actually were placed on the right side, and I just had to relocate them over here to the left, and I built a little section for them. Well, notice if I right click on the tile that says Microsoft Office, notice it says Pin to Taskbar. Well, I'll do that. Then I can right click on PowerPoint, pin to taskbar. Right click on Office, Excel 2007, pin to taskbar. Now, if I go out to the desktop, notice what's here. It pinned those to this taskbar. So again, what's generally a good idea, and you can go look at some videos like adding tiles to the start menu part 1 and 2, will show you how to pin just about anything you want out here. And then from there, it's a right click to pin or unpin from the taskbar. And notice I just took Excel off the taskbar and it's not here anymore. So there's all kinds of ways to go about customizing this, but the good news is the taskbar is still there. It's your friend just like it always was. So you can customize it however you would like it and however you're used to using the taskbar.